Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as the Somerset Berkley Regional High School Blue Raider Marching Band performs our national anthem.
Welcome to Hanson Field for the annual Thanksgiving Day Classic game between the Somerset Berkley Raiders and the Case High School Cardinals. This is Tyler Clark for both Somerset and Swansea Cable Access, bringing you this game, and alongside me is Mr. Tom Cabral.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, on a nice balmy morning here in Somerset.
Absolutely. It is currently 18 degrees with a real feel of 4, so quite a day for Thanksgiving football.
Happiness is a heated booth, right?
Oh, exactly. We actually are lucky. We're the luckiest people up here. We're in a heated booth. However, one of the windows had to be open for the scoreboard to work, which is kind of important. But that's okay, because we could be out in the stands and, you know, not up here in the booth.
They'll have to figure out an app for that, I hope, next year, right?
Case comes into the game with a record of 7-3, and the Raiders come into the game with a record of 4-5. Case will be in white for this game, and the Raiders will be in blue.
Number 29, Brandon.
The Raiders won the opening coin toss and deferred to the second half, as Tom, as you mentioned, a Bill Belichick type move.
Yeah, they deferred the kickoff and gave Case the ball, so let's see what the Cardinals can do here.
And Case
going into the wind.
Case will get the ball to start the game. We have Clayton Dyer, number 11, number 2, Chris Costa back to do the receiving, and we have number 28, Brady Mello, have to do the kicking for the Raiders, and that ball actually fell off the tee already, so that's a great start. Good indication about how windy it is.
The wind effect is in effect here today.
Actually, that's number 29, Brandon Medeiros. I stand corrected. I read the number wrong. And the opening kickoff is underway. It'll be bounced once at about the 25. Dyer has a hard time controlling that. He picks it up about the 10. Dyer's going to cut back to the left and zigzag a bit. Finally be tackled at about the 15-yard line by several Raiders players, and Cardinals will get ready for their first possession of the game.
It's been hard to handle the ball today with the cold weather out there. Somerset swarmed on that defense. Let's see what the Case offense can bring about on this Thanksgiving morning.
On a day like this, you really don't want to, you know, make hard contact with anyone. And of course, football is all about hitting people hard. And it'll be a little cold out there on us Stingers, but we'll see what goes on with this.
Lots of fumbles today.
Not going to expect a shootout like the Rams and Chiefs treated us to.
No, this will be,
night.
You know, the odds in Mother Nature are against them today, so.
Here we go. Quarterback Dan Silva out of the shotgun formation for Case takes this tap, handoff to the left to Ty Kudo. Kudo bouncing left, gets some space in front of him. Turo finally tackled after a very good gain about the 20-yard line by a couple of different players for the Raiders.
Ty made a nice little run there on the left side, swapped out about 6 yards on that one.
Also number 3,
excellent first run, or first play, I should say, rather, for Case. I'll be giving about a gain of 7 yards, so 2nd and 3 coming up for Case again from the 20-yard line. As expected, a very good turnout for this game despite the freezing weather. Tom, I would imagine if it was a little warmer out, there'd be even more people here than there are.
Yeah, you know, when we were talking with other people about the history of this game, there used to be tens of thousands of people that used to attend these.
Silva going to keep that himself, takes the head up, gets it rolling left, finally going to push out of bounds. But it looks like number 9, Robert Shaker for the Raiders. It's hard to see the numbers from up here. We got a kind of a...
Yeah, with the blue and white in the distance, it is hard with the bright sunshine, but gives the Cardinals a first down.
And now we have first down on that run for Silva. So Case has moved the ball pretty well in the first 2 plays. I'm looking around. It's hard to see because there's only stands on one side of the field, but looking around, a quick sweep does show that most of the stands are indeed full right now.
Yeah, they're filling up. Just hope nobody puts their tongue on the aluminum benches, and we'll have to call the
handoff inside to Taikudo again. He'll be spun down after a very short gain. He picked up a few, but not many.
Again, Ben McMahon on the tackle.
Couple of yard pickup up the middle. It's going to be tough.
Ben McMahon on the tackle there for the Raiders.
Defensive end able to get rid of that block and make the play right at the line of scrimmage. So unlike the first series where it was second.
Wind blowing in the Cardinals' face here as they try to reorganize and pick up the 8 yards for another first down from their own 34.
McMahon is a senior, I would imagine a linebacker. They don't actually have the positions listed on the Somerset Berkley roster. There's a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Silva, handoff. Oh, the ball's on the ground. It's going to be picked up by the Raiders on that. Not a very good start to that game for Case.
Just call me Nostradamus. A day of fumbling is going to be ahead.
By the senior.
Could not really get that handoff with Silva, and the ball ended up on the ground. It looked like it was supposed to be a misdirection run, and that unfortunately just didn't work.
The ball was very cold and very hard.
24 of the Cardinals.
Hit him in the hands, and he dropped it.
1st and 10.
So as a result,
Raider fans, let's go.
the Raiders will take over their first possession of the game with excellent field position. Quarterback Jake Meehan under center, number 3. Very tight formation, looks like a wing T formation. And it's a handoff to the left. That was Brandon Medeiros, number 29. He's still on his feet. He's still on his feet. Finally shoved out of bounds.
Walking tightrope down there.
By Ty Kudo and Brandon Ventura for Case. So an excellent run there by Medeiros.
Gained about 6 on the tightrope. He was hugging that sidelines and finally was knocked out of bounds at about the 16.
That wing T formation is always hard to...
From the 16, yep.
From the 16, right. That was a gain of about 7 yards on the play, 2nd and 3. The darn wing T formation, it's so hard to see who has the ball at any time.
Yeah, they all get bunched together and somebody pops out with it. Now they go the other way.
And I'm not sure who he might actually... Gagliardi's going to have the ball, didn't even see it. And did he get in? He is in. Touchdown for the Raiders. Gagliardi got that ball. I didn't even see it in the middle of all that. And Gagliardi will take that in and score. With 9 minutes and 2 seconds, not even 2 minutes into the game, and it's already 6-0 Raiders on that run by Gagliardi.
Points off of the turnover. That's going to be a big factor in today's game. You got to control the ball. The Cardinals made a mistake, and the Raiders capitalized on it. Let's see what kind of kicker this kid is.
And Brandon Medeiros, number 29, will back do the kicking for the Raiders. Extra point. Snap is down. The ball is up, and the kick is good. He got it. Kind of a high arcing kick, but it counts out the same. So 9 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The score is 7-0. Somerset Berkley. It was a short but a very impressive 2-point drive, and they're down the board.
Yeah, both running plays. The second one was a nice run. He moved in the middle, found an opening, and just walked into the end zone.
Yeah, as I said, I couldn't even see the ball in the scrum of players, which I guess is the point.
Well, they bunched up, and he emerged, and there was nobody in front of him. And walked into the end zone. Now the Cardinals need to control the ball, take care of the ball, and no more turnovers because that's going to be a big factor in today's game. I knew it coming here.
Exactly. The game and turnovers decided the game. Maybe the last game, home game really, that Case played here was several weeks ago against Millis. They ended up losing that game 14-13. That Millis kicker, though, Tom, I don't know if you remember that. He kicked it from the kickoff and he got it through the goalpost.
Yeah, he hit the crossbar.
I'm not sure.
I was going to say, this kid's got the wind at his back. Let's see if he can hit the crossbar.
I'm not sure I'll be seeing a kick like that again, but that's all right. Clayton Dyer on the return for Case, cutting all the way to the right, looking for some space in front of him, cuts another time, and he'll finally be tackled by a couple of Somerset Berkley players at about the 30-yard line. The Cardinals will take over for their second possession of the game and hopefully not fumble this time.
Nice little run back there. Yeah, let's hope the Cardinals can get into offense. It'll be warmer kids moving down the field, so let's get some ball control and get in the end zone.
Couple, as mentioned by the PA announcer, we have a couple of warming sites which is not something I've heard of before, inside of the Somerset Berkley High School in the cafeteria and the students section inside, the Performing Arts Center as well, just to help people out here stay warm. And I see people coming in and out of the door, so they are taking advantage of that.
Yeah, it is a cold morning out there.
Toss play out to Chris Costa. That was almost disastrous, but Costa controlled and he'll be tackled. I don't think he got much of anything on that run. He made a about the scrimmage.
Closed up quickly. Did well to control the ball. The pitch was a little high and maybe picked up 2 yards.
I'm not sure if he even got 2 yards. He might have got back to the line to scrimmage from the looks of it.
Oh, no gain.
And it looks like he may have gained a yard. I don't think it's actually going to give him anything. No, 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. So toss play didn't really get much. I don't think I'm going to see a lot of passing in this game from Silva. Probably mostly
Case hasn't looked sharp coming out. Let's hope they can change it.
Silva hands off to Chris Costa again. He'll be tackled. Ball on the ground again. I'm not sure if I think he was down by contact on that. And he is ruled down.
No.
He is ruled down. I saw his knee hit the ground, so he's down. He'll fumble on that.
I was going to say, when he hit the ground, the ball popped out. That ground, that AstroTurf out there is going to be frozen. Is that actually what they call it anymore, AstroTurf?
I'm not actually sure what the artificial turf maybe.
Yeah. The carpet out there has got to be ice cold this morning and frozen and hard.
Gained him about 5 yards in that run by Costa, so lucky that the ball, he was clearly down on that.
Yes, he was down, but it could be a disastrous day with the fumbles.
Another fumble on that, another Somerset Berkley touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. 4 minutes into the game, almost a second turnover for the Cardinals.
3rd and 5 from the 33-yard line. Silva out of an I formation. He's got 2 wide receivers to his left. Rolling up, looking to throw this. Silva going to put that up there, and it's going to be caught by Logan Sherrod, and he will pick up a first down on that play.
Logan had a lot of room over there. Nice pass, and gives the Cardinals a first down.
First down, Cardinals.
As soon as I said I don't think we're seeing a lot of passing, then we have a nice little play out there to Sherrod. First down.
I think he caught the defense off guard because they weren't expecting. They were expecting another running play because Logan had lots of room over there.
That'll spot the ball at the 43-yard line. A fresh set of downs for Case. 1st and 10. Shotgun, I formation again. Handoff inside to Ty Kudo. Kudo picks up a couple of yards after dodging one man on that play, and he'll be tackled out near the 50-yard line. Looks like by Jake Meehan and number 44, Bryce Garrett sitting there in the tackle for the Raiders.
Nice run up the middle. They picked up about 4 yards.
2nd and
7. 4 yard
Cardinals
run.
trying to get into the Raider territory for the first time today.
And 2 yards away, so they're going to be pretty close. Once again, under center is Silva, another I formation, 2 wide receivers right. Toss play out to Chris Costa. Costa looking to do something with this, and he breaks it. Chris Costa finally tackled near the 40-yard line. He gets past midfield by several Somerset Berkley players.
And Chris did a nice job there handling that ball. If you notice, he bobbled it a little bit when they got to him. It's like a rock being thrown, I can imagine.
It's going to be, that ball has to be frozen when it gets tossed. It is just not fun to play in this.
No, it's not a welcome weather for football out here.
Think about doing anything when it's cold out. It's just not fun, and then you have to go out there and hit guys hard. It's just,
well,
you got to
you're
do
a
it.
senior, and this is your last game. This is what you live for.
Certainly want to make it count, absolutely. Silva under center again. He's going to motion Dyer behind him. Handoff goes to Dyer. Clayton Dyer breaking it to the left. Clayton Dyer still on his feet, makes him a first down and a lot more. Clayton Dyer finally going to be tackled and pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Nice footwork by Clayton. He picked up about 20 yards on that.
Case is moving the ball extremely well on this drive. You wonder what could have happened the first drive if they hadn't had that turnover.
Well, you know, it's going to be a day of turnovers. Let's hope the Cardinals can capitalize on this drive. They've got a nice little drive going here with 5 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first quarter.
Ball's on the 23-yard line, 1st and 10 once again for Case. Silva high formation. And handoff to Chris Costa. A little delay. Costa right up the gut with it. And he'll be tackled out to the first down marker again. As Case once again breaks off a big run. They're moving the ball very well.
Somerset's defense looks like they're on their heels. The kids must be cold out there because they're not tackling. They're standing around, and Case is taking the opportunity right to them.
9-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 1 now coming up for Case. Let's see where they officially spot that. Well, I can't really tell because there were yellow.
I think it's about the 14-yard line.
About the 14, right? That was what I would agree with there. There were about a little under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Silva Fakes the handoff, double reverse, gets a Dyer, one space in front of him, Clayton Dyer, cuts left, Dyer heading for the end zone, he might be tackled short, let's see if he got in.
He's in.
Is he in? Let's see what the officials officially marked that as.
Touchdown!
Touchdown! Case! 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Nice drive by the Cardinals there, bringing it down the field and putting themselves on the board with a touchdown. Nice little run.
Wide receiver reverse went to Dyer. They kind of faked the hand up to the left. They gave it to him going the other way, and in he goes. It's 7-6 as it stands. Number 58.
Again, on the transfer of the ball, they're bobbling it. It's a hard ball to handle today.
Number 58, Jared Rebello out to do the kicking for Case. That'd be a fake. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but still going to run around with it. We're going to do something with it. Going to throw it up, and it is no good. I don't know if that was the design.
I don't think that was a call play. I think that was a bad snap, and he tried to make the best of it. Unfortunately, Case didn't capitalize. 7-6 now, the Blue Raiders.
That will make the score currently 7-6 in favor of Somerset Berkley. 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter. I could be wrong about this time, but I believe Rebello has only missed 1 extra point the whole year.
Yeah, it was a first game I did that. You just brought up the point that he hadn't missed all season long, and then lo and behold. But yeah, I think that wasn't a play. I think it was just a bad snap that got away from them.
They've missed a couple other extra points, whether it was due to bad snaps or a missed 2-point conversion or anything like that. It was hard to tell if that was designed. It didn't look like it was designed because that looked like it was just kind of...
No, he tried to make something out of a bad situation, but at least the Cardinals are on the scoreboard with 4 minutes, 35 seconds left here in the first quarter on this balmy morning here. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Oh, absolutely.
That tells the Somerset.
Can't say, it's probably the coldest Thanksgiving I can remember for...
You know, listen to the weather reports this morning saying it's the coldest Thanksgiving on record here in this area. I'm sure it's the coldest Thanksgiving morning. I mean, we go back 88 years this rivalry's been going on. It started in the 1930s. Was played once at Seekonk Speedway, which I told Somerset won 6-0, and Judge Aguiar was a star in the Case team that year.
In Case, a little pooch kick. I don't know if that was the designed onside kick. There goes the flag for kicking it out of bounds.
Oh, that's a strange call there to begin kickoff with 4 minutes left in the first quarter, but it's a game of surprises today.
I couldn't really tell if that was they're trying to do an onside kick. It kind of looked like it, but
yeah, I mean, he lined up and he aimed it that way, but nobody touched it from Somerset, so it went out of bounds.
Penalty on the Cardinals.
The Thanksgiving Day game last year, which was played at Case, was one for the ages. It was won by the Raiders 28-20 when they scored fairly late in the game. I do remember that. This game is certainly at this point setting up to be a close game.
We'll see what happens with the scoring. I think the most historic game that's ever played in this rivalry is in 1970 when Somerset was undefeated in their division, 6-2 in the regular season, and Case hadn't won a game, and the Cardinals upset the Raiders 32-28.
Handoff inside was a toss play to Medeiros. It picks up a couple of yards in that play. He'll be tackled. That was Brandon Medeiros, a sophomore running back, and also the kicker for the Raiders.
Yeah, in that game, Kevin Kelly scored 3 touchdowns in the last quarter on quarterback sneaks. Kevin Kelly was a well-known family from Swansea, Charlotte Metals, teachers. Sister Siobhan, I graduated with, a great softball player.
Toss play again to Medeiros. Breaks it off again, and a good run there by Brandon Medeiros, and he'll be tackled about the 45-yard line. I know, Tom, earlier this week you posted on Facebook asking for people to share their favorite Thanksgiving Day memories for you to read.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch. We'll get through them in a little while, but everyone remarked about, the 1970 game. There was a game of 1980 that Billy Downs brought up that Case had won 20-18. But yeah, this is an old rivalry. I'm sure Somerset leads in the division in the series against the Cardinals.
That, yes.
Gagliardi
with that. He'll pick up a few. He's still on his feet. He's finally going to be tackled out there by Ty Kudo.
Case's victories have been memorable ones, though. People remember them. That's because they're far few between. They haven't won in 5 years, right? So let's see if they can do it this year. Coach Palladino.
Hard when Somerset Berkley's a whole division higher.
In 5 years, he's never beaten Somerset. So hopefully he gets his first win here today.
Certainly, let's see what happens. That was a gain of 3 on that run by Gagliardi. 2nd and 7, wing T formation again for the Raiders. Toss play to Gagliardi again. He's going to cut inside. He's still on his feet. He's still going. And he'll finally be spun down about the 35-yard line.
And he's holding on to the ball with 2 arms. They're holding it very tight to Somerset. They're playing ball control offense and protect that ball because they know. First down, Raiders.
I'll certainly talk about some of the Thanksgiving games that I remember, which are not nearly as many as you do, I'm sure, over the years. I remember my freshman year.
You probably remember more than I do. You know, I might have been there, but I don't remember them anymore.
My freshman year, Case beat Somerset. It was just Somerset at the time, 16-0. I remember that.
Well, when I played my 4 years, we didn't beat Somerset at all. We stepped through 21 up the hills. Anybody who played for Coach Santos and Coach Summers and Coach Abruzzi remembers the back hill at Case that we have to run every day after practice up the hill. The amount of points that Somerset scored on you Thanksgiving game is the amount of times you ran up that hill. And my 3 years playing football, it was 21 times each time.
Oh boy, that's not...
And then if you get in trouble, it was 21 up the hill. You know, so tried not to get in trouble.
And off to Medeiros going left, Brandon Medeiros, and he'll finally be pushed out of bounds. That was following a 5-yard run by Ben McMahon on the previous play. I think Medeiros may have picked up a first down of that. I'm not really sure. It's very close.
Yeah, Somerset's got a nice little drive going here. They started out with great field position, and they're capitalizing on it.
The Raiders are moving the ball well on this drive. Let's see where they officially spot that ball. It looked like, to me, it was close to a first down, Margo, but maybe not.
I think it's about a yard shy at the 25. He needed to get to the 24.
3rd and 1 now coming up. He was short. He got a 4-yard gain on that play. Meehan with the wing T formation, going to keep that himself up the middle. And there goes Meehan plowing ahead. He got a first down on that one.
They moved the pile forward. They got the first down.
And that will indeed move the sticks.
Somerset's looking to put it in the end zone before the quarter's over, I think. They got about 1:43 left. Let's see what Case's defense can do to stop this drive.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Raiders from the 30-yard line. Maybe, actually they haven't adjusted it yet. It's actually going to be the 21-yard line. Wing T formation once again. They're using that pretty much exclusively. Toss play to Gagliardi, cutting back to the left. He's still on his feet. And he'll be tackled at about the 25-yard line or so. Case principal Brian McCann just paid us a visit up here in the booth.
He just came up to get warm. That's the only reason, right? Happy Thanksgiving, Brian.
Thank you.
One of the best principals around.
You're so kind. What an awesome day to be here.
Yeah, it is.
A little on the cold side.
Just a little on the cold
Brings
side.
out the ferociousness in us.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
You probably can't hear
There's
this.
the memories.
You obviously can't see this if you're watching the game either on YouTube or on TV, but there's quite a lot of action going up here in this booth right now. I'm counting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people down here as it is right now. Gagliardi takes that handoff going to the right. Gagliardi still on his feet. He might go to the end zone, and he is touchdown for the Raiders. Gagliardi just takes that right into the end zone. 36 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and just like that, it's 13-6 in favor of the Raiders.
With drives like that, it's going to be a long day for the Cardinals. Somerset took control, got the field position, and just drove it in.
Case just has to find a way
Case hasn't, they don't have an answer yet. They don't have an answer.
Running all over Case as Medeiros goes back to do the kicking for Somerset Berkley. He got the first extra point he tried. There's the snap. The ball is up. The kick is right down the middle. Flag on the play, though, so hold up. That may have been an illegal formation on Somerset Berkley. Actually, the penalty is going to be called on Case, maybe offsides. The penalty is declined, and as a result, the extra point stands. It makes the score 14-6 in favor of the Raiders.
Somerset's done it all on the ground. They haven't passed. They had the wind at their back. Very few passes, if any. But they've done it on the ground. They capitalized on that first turnover, and Cardinals are putting themselves in a hole. It's going to be a long day and a cold day when you're not winning.
Case, unfortunately, did not help themselves too much when they fumbled on that opening possession. Somerset Berkley scored as a result. And at this point in time, the Raiders will get the second half kickoff as well, so Case certainly needs to score as often as they can. I was saying before it's going to be a low-scoring game, but at this point it may not be.
No, it's, you know, I don't know if it's going to be a run-up the score game. A couple of years ago, wasn't it like a 52-20 score that Somerset had won? I thought I remember reading like that, but you know, the scores will go all over the place. I thought it would be a low-scoring game with the weather. So far, 20 points in the first quarter. And we're not done yet.
So the Raiders are ready to kick off for the third time this game. And there's the kickoff. It's a good kickoff by Medeiros. It's going to go right into the hands of Clayton Dyer. He controls that. There he goes. He's still on his feet. He'll be tackled at about the 35-yard line by a couple of Somerset Berkley players, including number 23, Jason Quentel.
Going back to about the 37. Gives the Cardinals 28 seconds before the end of the first quarter.
So barring an incomplete pass, this will probably be the last play of the first quarter.
Yep, and with the Cardinals get the wind at their back and see if they can do something with their passing game. They can't make another turnover. They can't dig themselves another hole. They've got to answer that touchdown that the Raiders just put up.
Case didn't move the ball extremely well last drive. They didn't move it well the first drive until they were they fumbled the ball. We have a bit of foot stomping going on, which is a little confusing. Chris Costa still on his feet. Costa finally going to run out of bounds after a decent gain on that play. Gain of about 7 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 2 now coming up for Kansas. Let's see where they officially mark that ball. We
got to about the 45. Nice little tightrope run by Chris.
45-yard line, yes. Gain of 8. 2nd and 2 from the 45-yard line.
Well, now the wind has switched, and the wind is at the Cardinals' back, watching the flag in the end zone. It's going the other way.
Actually, I did stop the clock, so in case we'll get another play out of this first quarter. High formation once again for Case, so the crowd's getting into this in front of me. Hand off to Chris Costa. He'll be tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Nothing on that play. There was no room for Chris anywhere to go except down.
Number 66, Sadie Sod there in the tackle for the Raiders, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter from Hanson Field on this balmy Thanksgiving Day. The score is 14-6 in favor of Somerset Berkley. We will take a short break and be back to bring you action in the second quarter.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Somerset Berkley Regional 14, Case Cardinals 6. All right, fans, if we can direct your attention to the north side of the field, the Somerset Berkley sideline, as we recognize some special guests today. The 2018 Division I State Championship Field Hockey Team of our Somerset Berkley Regional High School. The Raiders finished the season with 23 wins and 1 loss. Along the way, they captured the South Coast Conference Championship, the South Sectional Championship, and then defeated Nassau 2-1 in overtime to capture the state championship. Congratulations, Raiders! Let's have a nice round of applause for our field hockey team. Great job!
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter from Hanson Field on this balmy Thanksgiving Day. As Case will take over on a 3rd and 3. Is Chris Costa going to break that to his left, looking for a first down, and he may have plowed forward enough, and I believe he did get that. So Chris Costa is close. The sticks.
Number 4, Connor Sterling.
The Raiders closed down that little alley that he was running in, and I don't think he made it. I think he's going to be about a half-yard short.
The score is 14-6 in favor of the Raiders.
If I were the Cardinals, I'd go for it because you got like a half a yard. It's a cold morning. You got to shake some things up. You can't be giving the ball back. I stand corrected then.
Officials went over and kind of spotted that ball, so they gave him the first down. The Somerset Berkley coaches are not very happy about that, but are you ever happy if the call doesn't go in your favor?
No. It's the curvature of the glass I couldn't see. Right. It looked like he was about a half-yard short. But 1st and 10.
So Case will get going now in the second quarter with a fresh set of downs. Silva handoff again to Chris Costa. Costa cutting left with a lot of space in front of him. Chris Costa finally going to be tackled under the 40-yard line by a couple Somerset Berkley players.
Right out of bounds about the 42-yard line. Nice run by Chris.
That was spearheaded by Brandon Medeiros, number 29. Costa, if he didn't get a first down, he came very close. Actually, he is going to be about a yard short, maybe a half a yard short.
First down, Cardinals.
Looking at that spot. Are they going to give it to him?
Yeah, first down.
Wow.
And they are going to give it to him, actually. He
Generous
didn't pick up a
spots
first down.
there. He looked like he went out of bounds about a half yard short, but
Again,
first
maybe
and
you
10
can't-
Cardinals, they're moving the ball.
The glass is kind of curved up here. So
Yeah, that's what it is. Blame on the
first
furniture,
down
the
on the
glass
run.
for getting the calls wrong.
First down on a run for Case. Silva going to keep that himself right up the middle with it, and he'll be tackled by literally half the Somerset Berkley defense on that.
There was nothing there. Somerset closed that middle down very tightly. No room for anybody to get anywhere.
Silva picked up still about 3 yards on that play, so a 2nd and 7 going to come up from the 40-yard line.
I think you just movement of trying to stay warm. They're just moving. Okay, we'll give you a couple of yards. That's why. Run it right up the middle. Pick up 2 when you're short.
Through 1 quarter of action, we've seen a grand total of 1 pass in this game, which was completed to Logan Sherratt for a first down for Case.
And he was throwing into the wind. Now the wind's at Case's back. The wind is changing direction on every 5 minutes, it seems.
So if your big play wants to go outside,
2nd and 7, Silva under center once again. I formation behind him. Handoff to Ty Kudo. That didn't really go anywhere. He's going to be tackled by McMahon on that play for the Raiders.
The Raiders defense saw that coming and they closed it up real tight. He lost a couple on that one.
shading to the inside.
And he may have lost a yard or 2. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage, actually. It was close. He may have fought forward for an extra yard. And they will give him no gain on the play. 3rd and 7 for Case. I would expect a pass here, but I have been wrong before about that.
I was going to say, no one's throwing the ball except for the Cardinals with that 1 pass, but everything's been on the ground. This might be the time to try to get a pass in there, over the middle.
Silva going to go out of a shotgun formation here. He has 1 wide receiver just to his right. Silva looking to throw, rolling right. Now cutting left. He might scramble with this. Going to throw it up there. He's wide fire. Touchdown for Case.
Nice pass, nice call by the Cardinals.
Logan Dyer get away from the defender. He was wide open on that play, and into the end zone he goes. 8 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. I don't think that was designed.
No, he made the best of what was in front of him. He went to the right and then came back to the left and saw him wide open. They hit him on a nice pass.
Set
And
up for the extra point.
So that'll
Case
make,
answers.
that'll make the score 14-12. Case is going to try the extra point. This didn't work last time, but that wasn't because they didn't kick it through. It's because the snap wasn't great. This is a good snap. The ball is up. The kick is off the crossbar. And it counts. That still counts. Roll off the crowd. Might have been partially tipped.
I was going to say, I think it's partially tipped, but I think we got a penalty on Somerset on that.
Could have been why it was partially tipped.
Yeah, it looked like they jumped a little bit.
That ball went hit the bottom of the crossbar and bounced right through, but
And the wind pushed it over.
it still counts just the same.
They're picking up the flag.
I don't know if the flag
No
is picked
flag.
up, so no flag. It doesn't really matter anyway. So it's the score 14-13 in favor of the Raiders.
Well, Case has made it
14,
interesting here. They came back and answered Somerset with a nice drive, nice pass. Now let's see if Case's defense can hold the Raiders back. Obviously, been able to move the ball on the Cardinals today at will.
If Case wants to win this game, they do obviously need to stop the Raiders. Somerset has moved the ball.
They
pretty well.
capitalized on that first turnover with ease. Second time they got the ball, they marched right down and scored. Case's defense needs to get tough here and stop this and get the momentum back on their side.
And as you might remember, Case did get the ball to start the game and fumbled almost immediately. So the Raiders do get the ball to start the second half as well, which is kind of a key part of this too. And Kudo will get ready to kick this off. I see Medeiros, and it looks like number 9, Robert Shaker, back for the Raiders to do the receiving.
He's got the wind at his back. Let's see if he can get a
Case
good
did
kick
try an
off.
outside kick last time. It didn't work. A little squib kick here. And it's going to be picked up by the Raiders about the 45-yard line. You're going to be careful with that because if Case picks it up, it's the same as an outside kick.
Yeah, but I don't understand why they're doing that. It doesn't make sense. They should try to pin him back in the end zone. The Raiders are going to get the ball about midfield. They have 55 yards to go to the pay dirt. That didn't make sense to me.
First and 10.
The Raiders will take over with excellent field position once again. This one from the 45-yard line. You have to
That's probably what they were averaging. They've been starting every drive. The first time they got the ball, they were in the Cardinals' territory. The other one was a squib kick, didn't go anywhere.
So excellent position all 3 times for the Raiders. Toss play out to Medeiros, and he's still on his feet. He'll be able to be tackled about the 50-yard line, gain of about 6 yards. Isaac Tucker in there in the tackle, number 56 for the Cardinals. In his final game, he is a senior.
Tackle number 1,
He gained about 6, got it into Cardinal territory.
And Keegan Lacondo's in there on that tackle, too. Ball officially marked at the 50-yard line, 2nd and 5 for the Raiders, who have moved the ball extremely well out of this wing T formation so far.
All on the ground, no passing.
Not one pass play by Mia, not even a play action, just
Right up the
on
middle.
the run. There we go. Toss play out to Gagliardi this time. Gagliardi looking to break it, and he's still on his feet. Still going, finally tackled. From behind is Gagliardi.
Nice run, brings it down to about the 37. Case has no answer for this running attack.
Number 67, Trey Neto in there in the tackle for Case, but Somerset Berkley continues to move the ball extremely well out of that wing T formation.
They're running at will on the Cardinals. A lot of grab tackling out there. I know it's cold, but you got to 2 arms drive. They're just like letting them run all over them.
This will be marked at the 38-yard line. Quarterback Mears barely had to do anything this game except just toss the ball. That play didn't really go anywhere. Pile is still moving, though. I'm not sure who has that ball. Somewhere lost it. That pile is still going. It looks like a rugby game. It's like a rugby game out there. It's still going. Oh, my goodness. It's finally down.
And we got looks like
The whole offense and defense, everyone is in on that.
That's just a lack of tackling on the Cardinals' part. They were pushed like 15 yards. It's unbelievable how that just happened. I thought there was a rugby match going on.
Don't even tell me who had the ball. I have no idea.
No, it was just, give me the ball, and we'll all just move forward in one big mass. The Cardinals didn't even put up a fence. They just kept going back.
Whatever it was, I don't know if it was designed, but it worked.
I was going to say, look for that play to come back again. Keep warm play. Getting a bunch and just keep warm.
Will be marked at the 22-yard line. Handoff goes to Medeiros to the left, and he's going to be tackled by John Gorell. And finally, a good stop by Case Well in the backfield.
The Cardinals showed some backbone on that one. They finally got him in the backfield.
I would imagine that the John Gorell fan club erupted at the conclusion of that play, as they usually at Case home games and sit directly in front of the stands. You can always hear themselves. An excellent defensive stop there from Case. That actually bumped Somerset up by a full 6 yards.
Defense needs to play more like that.
2nd and
more aggressive.
16 now for the Raiders. I believe that was the first, one of the only plays they've run so far that was a loss.
Yeah. They've all had positive yardage. You're probably right. That is the first one.
Mia going to toss that to Gagliardi. Gagliardi going to try to bust in. That is going nowhere again by Case. So 2 consecutive stops by the Case defense.
Maybe they're beginning to read the action they see in front of them. They've made 2 nice defensive stops, bringing up 3rd down and long for the Raiders.
We got 3rd and 15, a gain of 1 in that play. So I would imagine at last we're going to see a pass out of Meehan here in the Somerset Berkley offense.
Well, now he's got the wind at his back, so he might as well go for a pass. Somerset hasn't passed all game long. Let's see if they try to pass play on this one. This is a big play for the Cardinals. They need to stop him.
Let's see what they do. They're still going to go out of the wing T formation. They do have 1 wide receiver lined up all the way to the left. That's Robert Shaker. See if they run again or they pass, and it's going to be, looks like a double reverse. The Shaker might be a fake. Shaker looking to throw that. He's going to throw it up, and it's going to be incomplete. That was
double reverse flea flicker there.
But yeah, it didn't work.
He was open, but the ball just hung up there. I think the wind caught it because the ball just hung.
Yeah,
a little short for number 3 there.
Ian for that. That was a quarterback for. That was like a.
That was a Tom Brady special.
That's a Tom Brady special there,
except he runs better than Tom Brady.
Case will be quiet.
And that was actually a penalty on that play on the Raiders, which is declined by Case.
Good move by the Cardinals, bringing up 4th down.
And we got 4th down. I'm intrigued to see what the Raiders do here. Are they going to go for it? A little too far to kick it.
They got to go for it. I mean, they've got nothing to lose.
4th and 16. This would be an absolute backbreaker if the Raiders.
Here comes a get warm play. The whole pile's going to be moving again.
And a timeout going to be called on the field. by Somerset Berkley,
Best of
but
luck
we will
to all the
stay up
Raiders
here
Cardinal student athletes out
for
there
this
in
timeout.
tryouts.
4th and 16. I mean, you've seen this before, and then it just was a crushing blow if they can convert it.
No, I think the Cardinals have played a nice defensive stand on this one. I think if they get this one more defensive stand here, stop this, get the ball back with about 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes left, maybe they could put a nice little drive in and go up with a lead at halftime. You know, Thanksgiving Day, anything can happen.
All right.
Especially in the cold weather here.
Just a little, still a little cold. At least we're in a heated press box. We still have a window open so we can feel it coming in, but it's got not nearly as bad as it is out there on the field or in the stands.
And you notice all the visitors that come into the press box, they don't have any hot drinks with them.
No, they don't.
You know,
They're just all coming up here.
That's what we should make a prerequisite. You want to come to the box, you got to bring coffee. Hot chocolate.
Shotgun formation for the Raiders. Meehan going to take this, looking to throw it. Meehan going to throw it up, and it's going to be intercepted by Case. That's Clayton Dyer. He's still on his feet. He'll be tackled out near the 30-yard line.
Clayton read that perfectly. Right into his hands, right into his stomach. Nice turnover. Let's see if the Cardinals can capitalize with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here at half.
So Case has got some momentum on their side now. They have finally stopped Somerset Berkley. Meehan, that was his first pass attempt of the game, intercepted. Actually, when Dyer returned that, he actually gained about 3 yards past the original line.
I was going to say, he made a nice little interception, nice little catch, gained some yards. Let's see if the Cardinals can capitalize on this turnover. The Raiders lead on the points over turnovers department. They scored a touchdown. Let's see if the Cardinals can get theirs back.
4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Silva going to go out of a shotgun formation here. Mostly been going under center, but perhaps to mix things up a bit. Get a motion, Costa in front of him. Handoff, draw play. Going to keep it himself, actually. Fake that handoff to Kuno. And a little option. He'll pick up a decent amount of yards in that play.
Brought it out to about the 35-yard line.
Gain of about 5.
5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 now for the Cardinals from the 35. They could possibly try to milk the clock and not let the Raiders get the ball back in the first half.
They worked the clock on their time. They got 4 minutes to see if they can get 40, 50 yards, 60 yards, 65 they need to go.
Fortunately, you don't want to like leave not necessarily leave too much time, but not leave enough time when you're going down the field and take too much time off the clock.
Well, I don't think Case has used any timeout yet, so.
Silva, hand off to Costa. Costa cutting left and tackle. The ball's on the ground. He may have been down on that. He is going to be ruled down by contact.
Tackle by Ben McMahon.
Again, the ground causing that ball to pop out of Chris's arms there.
I didn't even see who was in there on the tackle for the Raiders. The ball came out.
They ran it real quick. They were in the backfield by the time he got the ball.
That was about a 3-yard loss. Maybe about a 3-yard loss. And actually,
Great catch. All right, we have 3rd and 9.
4-yard loss on that play. Actually, I thought they were going to signal it was a fumble, but it wasn't.
It's a day of turnovers. We've had one big one so far. Don't want another one for the Cardinals. They want to capitalize and get the ball in the right direction and get a first down.
3rd and 9 for K. Silva stepping up in the pocket. He's going to be sacked by number 2 for the Raiders.
So much for that drive.
Number 2, who isn't actually on the roster for the Raiders, so that's interesting.
Doug Flutie, right? No.
There we go. And Silva kind of got swarmed. It was a blitz by the Raiders on that, and down he goes. So unfortunately, Case cannot take advantage of that turnover.
No. Cardinals now will be giving the ball back to.
2 minutes and 46 seconds to go here in the first half, and a timeout called by Somerset.
I was wondering what they were doing. They looked like they were lining up for a punt, and all of a sudden, everyone started walking off the field. I had to check the clock.
With plenty of time before halftime.
It's all right. So a quick little timeout here.
Somerset's called the timeout.
The Raiders called. Any more Thanksgiving memories you wanted to?
Well, it was just, we were talking about how the history of this game started, but I was told this morning that 1930 was the first year that they had the game. But they used to play 2 years. There were 2 years when they played twice a year to set up by Case coach Bob Bannister, and the game raised money for both schools because they had an injury fund because they had no insurance for the players. So
that's what happened.
Coach Bannister used to play them twice a year. One was a benefit game. Nice punt.
Punt by Kuno. Wow, that game booming out of there. That's going to pin the Raiders back fairly well. That'll be down at last at the 29-yard line by Case. So Kudo did an excellent job getting that ball out of there.
Nice punt by Case. Brought the Raiders back. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to stop them or get a turnover. Let's see what Case can do. It's kind of funny because at the beginning of the game we thought, oh, here we go, a high-scoring game. It's going to be a blowout. And now with 14-13, 2 minutes left.
So the Raiders will really have a possibility of 2 possessions here, which can be huge, because they do get the ball to start the second half. The only thing that's standing between a tie game right now is that botched extra point attempt after Case's first touchdown. And another rugby-style play up the middle, and that didn't go nearly as far as the last one.
No, Case caught on to it, the quick keep warm play. Everybody get together and just push forward. You know? But yeah, it looks like starting a rugby match out there.
Gain of 4 in the place. It wasn't exactly like it was a small run, but they will, Somerset Berkley will now get a 2nd and 6, officially spotted at the 34-yard line.
As the clock keeps moving with 2:08 left here at half.
Wing T formation again. They've used that formation for every play except for one so far, I believe. Gagliardi with the pitch up the middle, and he'll be tackled after a decent run. I think he got a first down on that.
Yeah, he got the first down. He brought it about to the 43.
And that'll be about 11 for the Raiders. We have under 2 minutes to go. They're going to go with a no-huddle offense here. They're going to run out of time at this point. Meehan, toss play again to Gagliardi, cutting left. There goes Gagliardi. He's going to be tackled, I believe, by John Gorell on that play. And a couple other Case players in there as well.
Nice stop by the Cardinals.
Decent run by Gagliardi.
He caught the ball and cut back to his left and found an opening, but the Cardinals closed it down real quick.
Raiders have 1.5 minutes to go. They're not even at the 50-yard line. They could try to possibly get an extra field goal here if they need it. Gagliardi double reverse to Medeiros inside. There goes Brandon Medeiros. He'll be tackled by John Gorell. He's going to pick up a first down on that play, so he'll move the sticks yet again.
At the Cardinal 45.
Brings it out to about the 45 of Case with 1 minute and 20 left.
Raiders moving the ball well again on this drive on the ground. They've only thrown 2 passes. One of them was incomplete, the other was intercepted, so
that's why they're keeping it on the ground.
Exactly, especially on a cold day like this, unless they absolutely have to pass it. Handoff again to Gagliardi. He's going to cut left, still on his feet. He's still going. Blocks a tackle. There goes Gagliardi. This is all the way. Finally shoved out of bounds by Costa.
Terrible tackling by the Cardinals. He bounced off him. The kid didn't wrap him up. He bounced off him and gained another 20 yards.
That could be a huge play there for the Raiders. I see 2 Somerset Berkley players on the sideline with an enormous bear towel wrapped around them or a blanket.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be tough to be on the sidelines, not moving around. You're there to support your team, but you also got to stay warm.
We have under 1 minute to go in the first half, 56 seconds exactly. Meehan going to toss that to Medeiros, cutting right. He'll be tackled by John Gorell after a short gain on that play.
Another tackle. Number 29.
And a timeout, I believe, going to be called on the play by the Raiders, and indeed, that was a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8, 48 seconds remaining in the first half. Case really needs to hold tough here because they give him a touchdown, and the Raiders get the ball to start the second half and score again. It's a 2-score deficit.
That's exactly what, you know, the purpose behind deferring the kick to the second half is. You know, I think Somerset just used their last timeout, so Case's defense has got 48 seconds left to stop this Raider drive. It's been a very impressive drive. And they've been able to move the ball quickly within the last minute and a half.
Exclusively.
Got to give them some credit.
Exclusively using the run in this drive, too, not one pass. As I said, the pass scheme is, well, it hasn't been a factor at all so far for the Raiders.
No, only a couple of passes by either team. Like you said, one was incomplete for Somerset, the other one was intercepted. Case made one complete pass. And the rest has been a ground game.
They actually had a touchdown one for a pass.
Oh, yes, see, and you expect me to remember the same thing. I can't remember what happened in the first quarter, right? That's what you get to look forward to when you get older, Tyler, right?
Case has thrown 2 passes so far in this game. When I get older, I feel like I graduated from Case in 2009.
Oh, please.
27 years old right now, so it's...
Oh, my heart breaks for you.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Handoff, looks like that went to McMahon inside, a fullback.
You're talking to someone who went to double sessions in Swansea, which I'm sure some of our viewers out there went to too. so I don't want to hear about you graduating in 2009. You know.
3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. That's going to be a pitch play to Medeiros. Inside he goes. He'll be tackled. He picked up a first down, I think, on that play, but he's going to be very close.
About the 8.
He'll be about the 8. So Somerset Berkley, they got 24 seconds, but they're not in the end zone yet. Let's see where they officially spot the ball. As you said before, I remember, because you went to high school with my mother, so
First
I
down,
remember
Raiders.
talking about the double sessions as well.
Be nice about Mom. It's Thanksgiving, you know. She could slip something in your turkey to get you back.
8-yard line, and we got a timeout on the field.
That'll be a first down on that play for the Raiders. It looks like a 1st and goal, actually, from the 8-yard line.
With 24 seconds left here.
24 seconds, so...
Now, when your mom and I were in high school, these stands used to be filled. I mean, you know, people out there can remember thousands of people used to come to this game, even, you know, if it was cold. I mean, this is probably the most freezing game on Thanksgiving in the history of this rivalry, but the weather didn't matter. You were here in rain, you were here in the mud. You were just here because this is what everybody did. The night before, they had victory rides, rally rides around town. Whoever won, if you won from Somerset, you drove through Swansea beeping your horns going nuts. If you won from Case, you drove through Somerset beeping your horns going nuts. That's how the rivalry was. It's kind of, you know, I lived in Boston for a long time, but I moved back here, but it's kind of disappointing to see that the crowds don't support this rivalry like they used to.
Lost point to Gagliardi. He's heading for the end zone, and he's hitting very close, and he's in. Touchdown! Somerset Berkley. That was a dagger right there. That hurt. That definitely hurt. 16 seconds in the first half.
Case is going to be down by at least a touchdown. Like you said, Somerset gets the ball back at the beginning of the second half. Case's defense has got to play tougher. They just let them march down the field with a minute and a half, 2 minutes. They let them go 60 yards and score. Wasted that good kickoff.
Case does still have 16 seconds to work with once they get the ball back, but that's not really a lot of time at all. Medeiros out to do the kicking for the extra point for the Raiders. Looks like some movement there.
Maybe by Somerset.
False start on the McMahon there, it looks like, on the left, and it is going to be a false start. That'll back it up by 5 yards.
Referee's hand's too frozen. He couldn't drop the flag to see it. He wouldn't leave his hand.
So now he's going to kick from the 5 yards behind where he was before, which could make a difference here. Instead of the 3, they're going to kick from the 8-yard line.
Right now, the flag isn't moving, so, you know, there's no win factor here, but that extra 5. Oh, it's blocked by Case.
And
number 7.
They're going to pick that up, actually. The ball's on the ground again. They're going to be careful because Somerset Berkley can take that in. Ball is still lined out to rugby match. And unfortunately, Case went 3 and out immediately following that, so they couldn't even capitalize.
The Cardinals put themselves in a hole with the turnover first. You know, it's a tough game to come back on. Emotions have a lot to do with this Thanksgiving game. Everybody wants to win. You know, if your season is terrible, it's if you win on Thanksgiving game, that's what you remember. Years to come, you'll remember the Thanksgiving score of your game. Case needs to get tough and you know, try to answer this Raiders offensive attack.
Back to receive.
Ground attack.
Dyer.
So Case will get the chance to score here at the end of the half. They'd have to bust something or make very quick work of this, or even though they take the kickoff all the way back, that's still something.
Well, I don't think he'll be doing any onside kicks.
Squib kick picked up by Gorell for a Case, and he's still on his feet. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That only took 5 seconds off the clock, so Case does have 11 seconds to try to cook something up here.
I'd cook up a knee. That's what I'd cook up for the Cardinals.
Take a knee, go to the half.
Take a knee, try to regroup. They've got really no answer coming up. You know, for the Somerset offense, they haven't been able to stop them. Cases looked okay on offense sometimes, but again, you know, the wind, the cold is a big factor. You don't want another turnover. Don't do anything stupid. Take the knee, go in at halftime and regroup.
I tell you, both defensive coaches have got to take a long look right now and say, what is it that, what kind of adjustments that we can make that might slow down the other guy?
And it looks like Case is putting in a play.
That's what I say. It looks like they're getting ready to do something, and indeed, Silva's going to be out of the shotgun formation with an empty backfield.
Nobody in the backfield, exactly. Here we go.
So Case is going to, looks like they're going to try to throw this or at least do something. Why not?
Is Doug Flutie in the house?
Silva going to toss it down the field, and the ball is going to be incomplete. incomplete. He was looking for Keegan
Ball's
Lecomte
attempted to
on that
Keegan Lecomte,
play.
incomplete.
And the ball was incomplete. They still got 4 seconds to go.
Well, as a smart player, you know, I guess they still haven't used any timeout, so, you know, caught the ball. Could he call the timeout with good field position? He couldn't make the catch, though, but let's see if they have another pass up their sleeve.
55 yards to go in the 4 seconds, so unless it's an extremely fast incomplete pass, this will be the final play of the first half.
We do the hook and ladder, right?
Boise State.
Yep.
Fiesta Bowl, I think 2006. Well, whatever there is, they're going to try this again. And Silva out of the shotgun. I mean, why not? Go for it. Silva going to take off and run with it now. Silva's got some blockers in front of him, and he'll finally be tackled just past the 35-yard line. So that'll give him some more yardage, but other than that, no score. So at halftime, the Thanksgiving Day Classic, the score is 20-13. Somerset Berkley over Case. We are going to take a break for halftime, try to warm up a bit, and we'll be back in the second half.
It's the fastest I've seen the kids move today. Running into the building.
And it'll be Raider ball to start off the second half. A message from the MIAA. People who are involved in interscholastic athletics.
Welcome back to the start of the second half from Hanston Field and the annual Thanksgiving Day Classic between the Somerset Berkley Raiders and the Case High School Cardinals. The score is currently 20-13 in favor of Somerset Berkley, and they get the ball to start the second half. This is Tyler Clark for Somerset and Swansea Cable Access. And alongside me is Tom Cabral.
Frozen Tom Cabral here.
Frozen Tom Cabral. Tom Cabral, as we were talking about, Tom Cabral, the Jinx.
Yeah,
at halftime,
exactly right.
Case has only lost 3 games all year, and all 3 of the games were games that Tom was the color announcer for.
Hey, at least I'm consistent, right?
They lost against Old Rochester, and then Nantucket, and then on this field a couple weeks ago against Millis.
All the bookies.
And fortunately, they're losing in this one. Hopefully they can turn that around, 20-13.
Hopefully the Cardinals have regrouped and figured out a game plan to stop this Raider offense.
This is the score. Somerset Berkley has almost had their way running the ball. They've had 4 possessions in the first half, 3 of which resulted in a touchdown. The 4th was an interception on 4th and long, which they then held Case to 3 points. An onside kick by Case, and it's going to be recovered by the Raiders at the 50-yard line.
Wow, I don't understand the thinking behind this. And there's a penalty flag.
I'm sure if that
Offsides on Case.
So that didn't even work at all.
By Max Cabana.
So it's going to be recovered by
I
the
don't understand the thinking with this onside kick. This is the 3rd time or the 4th time?
Third time they've tried it.
And it hasn't worked at all, and it's just given the Raiders great field position. I don't know what the thinking is behind it, but maybe that's why I'm in the booth.
I was ever a football coach. I mean, the closest I did to ever football was playing Madden on my PlayStation, but that was about it. So as a result, Somerset's going to take over with excellent field position. That was a 5-yard penalty as well, so they're going to get their first possession of the second half in Case territory from the 45-yard line.
Madden, you're talking to someone who grew up with Pong, you know?
He saw something. I thought he saw something.
And a toss play out to Medeiros for the Raiders, and he's going to bust that open. There goes Medeiros, and he's still going. Finally shut down out of the 20-yard line. Brandon Medeiros, a sophomore, had a great first half, off to a strong start in this half too.
Well, Somerset isn't missing a beat. They came out just like they started, you know, the end of the first half. Strong running game. Case has got no answer.
Somerset Berkley,
No tackling by the Cardinals. A lot of pushing.
20 points. They haven't even completed a pass yet. They've only thrown 2.
It's been a complete ground attack.
One of them was a flea flicker that was incomplete. The other was intercepted. So Meehan has only thrown 1 pass and it was intercepted. And they just
It's going to be a long day for Swansea fans.
on the ground exclusively for the Raiders. Toss play to Gagliardi. He's going to get that up the middle. He goes, and he'll be tackled after another decent run.
Michael Gagliardi with the carry.
Silva on
Gagliardi's going
that
to be
play.
averaging 6-7 yards a carry. Every time he touches the ball, he's getting positive yards.
But a 1-2 punch with Gagliardi and Medeiros on the ground there for the Raiders. You've had McMahon run it a couple times, but it's mostly been Gagliardi and Medeiros. I believe Meehan ran it once or twice too. But
watch out for the rugby play. Here we go.
Yeah, and they've also had that that rugby play, as we've talked about, where literally everybody just moves down the field in a scrum.
And it's worked for the Raiders. They might as well keep it in their playbook.
2nd and 4 for Somerset Berkley. Toss play to Gagliardi. Cutting right, cutting left again, dodging some tackles, and he'll finally be wrapped up by several Case players at about the 10-yard line. So Somerset Berkley still really having their way out there so far in this game.
Running by him. You know, the Cardinals aren't grab tackling. Nobody's wrapping anybody up, and it's a first down for Somerset.
Over the course of the game, the temperature has warmed up from 4 degrees to a total of 8 degrees right now with a real feel. 20 degrees.
But the wind has picked up.
The wind has picked up, exactly. It is, a timeout going to be called that play by Case. It might be much needed to try to salvage something here.
After a 25-minute halftime, they couldn't reorganize. I don't know what you call them a timeout for now. Case's defense has got to get tough and stop these Raiders. And that's the problem. They haven't been able to stop them all game long. One drive they stopped them on.
And then Case has had 4 possessions in the first half themselves. 2 of them were impressive drives that resulted in touchdowns. One of them was a fumble on one of the first plays that started the game, and then they also had to punt once after a 3-and-out.
I still don't understand the mentality with these onside kicks. They're not going to fool anybody, maybe because he thinks that the ball is going to be cold and hard to handle. I'd rather see them, back them up and make Somerset work. They're just moving the ball with ease on this Case defense, and let's hope the Cardinals can stop them.
We're going to see Case really needs to hold firm here because Somerset Berkley has been really out of the gate, just pounding the ball again. I mean, they've been doing it all game. I'm not surprised what they're going to run. And still,
Case my Titi here chattering in the background.
But answer, Medeiros up the middle he goes, and he'll be tackled just short of the goal line. He gained several yards on that one, too. So once again, the Raiders moved the ball very well. They'll set up for a 1st and goal now.
Down to about the 4-yard line.
About 9 minutes to go. We're not even 2 minutes into the second half, and Somerset Berkley looks like they're already on the verge of making this a 2-score game.
Case has not had an answer to this Somerset ground attack all day long. Somerset's just doing what they want.
Once again, the wing T formation, it is so hard to determine who has the ball. Medeiros or Gagliardi, or sometimes they fake it, they give it to McMahon. Crowd is getting into it, pounding on the bleachers again. Toss play to Gagliardi, up the middle he goes, cutting right, looking for the end zone, and he's in. Another touchdown for the Raiders.
He walked down the line and nobody touched him, and he just walked into the end zone. There's no defense by the Cardinals today.
26-13 lead.
And that'll make it 26-13 with 8 minutes and 39 seconds. It's not looking too promising right now for Case. They have no answer for this run attack for the Raiders.
I don't know if they've lost their drive and want to get up the field, but they showed no heart on that. No defensive answer to Somerset, just walking in. He walked in untouched.
Another extra point attempt for Medeiros. Ball is down, the snap is up, the kick is right down the middle, and it's good. Penalty flag coming in from the right side of the field, though.
I think we got an offside on Case.
Might be an offside on, that's what it certainly, yes, it is going to be an offside on Case. The penalties decline, the kick is good. Now that makes it 27-13, a 2-score game, 8 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Well, the Cardinals got to do something to answer, or it's going to be a long, cold afternoon for the Cardinals. And they're going to be choking on their turkey today.
That's what we said. Case has moved the ball. It's not like they're getting stuffed on every single play, but it's just they got to put something together. And it's not only the offense. I mean, the offense come out and score in every possession for the rest of the game and still lose if they can't stop the Raiders.
Well, they put themselves in a hole by giving Somerset the ball at midfield almost every single play with these onside kicks. And then the defense, they can't stop their running game. I don't understand it. Case has played in the games I've seen them play this year. They've had a strong defense, and it looks like Somerset's just doing what they want at will. And the ball goes off the tee.
Off the tee. That's an indication of how windy it is out there. I believe you can put the ball in the tee once, and then if it falls off again, then somebody has to hold it. Looks like
I don't want to be the guy out there holding the ball today, right?
Good kickoff by the Raiders. That'll be picked up by Case at about the 10-yard line. There'll be a reverse. That's going to give to Chris Costa. Costa cutting and finally tackled on the 25-yard line. So a decent return on that play for Case.
It really didn't fool anybody, though. You know, Somerset kicks it off. Case is starting at the 20. Case kicks it off. Somerset starts at the midfield. And it just doesn't make sense to me why Case is going with this onside kick. But let's see what the Cardinal offense can do now.
So I say Case really needs to come out and score on this drive to stay in the game. It's still 2 scores, but
they need a statement drive to say that they still are in this game and they can still play with Somerset. Let's see what happens here.
And as I said before, Tom, they have moved the ball well, so it's not like they're being stuffed.
No, they got the wind at their back.
Silva, high formation, hands off to Costa. Costa dodging the tackle, still on its feet. There goes Chris Costa. Got some space in front of him. He'll finally be tackled about the 45-yard line by number 4 for the Raiders, Connor Sterling.
Nice run by Chris there. He picked up a lot of good yardage. Let's see if the Case offense can get a drive going here to answer that Somerset touchdown.
And a very long gain on that play. I would say probably almost 20 yards, about a 19-yard gain on that play, I would say.
Gained about 18, 19 yards. Brought it up almost to midfielder at the 44.
So I say Case is moving the ball well. They just got to have their defense go out there and make a stop. High formation again for Silva. He has 2 wide receivers to his right. Takes the snap. Handoff inside to Costa. Costa cutting left. Now back to the right. Now back to the left again. Costa with the space in front of him. And finally pushed out of bounds by a couple of Somerset Berkley players. And Case will move the sticks again for a first down.
Brought it back to Somerset 43. Nice little run by Chris again.
Chris Costa's run the ball extremely well in these last 2 plays. 2 very long runs, and that's kind of what Case needs right now. They need some momentum on their side.
They need to answer that Somerset touchdown and take control of this game. So this drive can be a good, successful drive for the Cardinals and get within a striking distance. 2 touchdowns is a lot.
Into Somerset Berkley territory go the Cardinals. 1st and 10. This is going to be officially spotted at the 43-yard line. Silva handoff again to Costa. Costa cutting right now back into the left, and Somerset Berkley's all over that one. Ian on there in the tackle for the Raiders. I think Costa got a couple yards, but not a whole lot on there.
They closed fast on Chris. 3rd time is not the charm for that play.
And he may have gained a yard on the play. Indeed, he did. It's going to be a 2nd and 9 for Case, officially from the 42-yard line.
And the clock continues to run here. 7:48 left in the 3rd quarter.
27-13 is the score in favor of the Raiders.
See if Case can capitalize and put some points on the board.
The right formation might be slightly offset. Silva, hand off to Costa again. Costa having his way out there. He'll finally be made and tackled by Gagliardi on that play for the Raiders. He did pick up a couple of yards.
It looked like he had an open spot, and that closed down real quick. They're going to Chris, going to the well too much.
End up about 2 or 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 officially going to be for a Case.
You got to put the ball in the air now. They can't keep running with Chris because Somerset is not being fooled. Time to try a pass, and this is 4-down territory at this game. 6.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Down by 2 touchdowns. You can't give Somerset the ball because your defense can't stop them.
3rd and 7 for the 40. I would expect a pass out of Silva, but I've been wrong about this before. He is going to look to pass. Stepping up the pocket, going to throw that up. He's looking for Dyer, and the ball is caught. Was he in bounds? No, he's out of bounds. Incomplete. Dyer caught that pass, but he was out of bounds. The official was right there.
Nice play, nice pass, but unfortunately stepped out of bounds. Case has got to go for it on this 4th and 7.
That'll be an incomplete pass officially.
Dyer had a step on him.
4th and 7. Dyer did have a step on that defender if he kept his feet in bounds, but it's possible that there was no way to even catch that pass while staying in bounds.
I think the wind carried the ball a little bit.
I did see him
because it kind of hung up there. Although now the flag's going against the Cardinals, so they're going for it on 4th down, which they should.
You see that American flag out there near the scoreboard. It really is picking up.
Yeah, it's a little bit stiffer than it was in the first half.
So 4th and 7. Case will indeed go for it here. Silva under center. Toss play out to Costa. It's going to be a fake. Throws it back. Partially tipped. Goes to Costa. excuse me, to Silva, and that's going to be incomplete. And that didn't work at all.
The ball, I think it might have been deflected because it looked like a wounded duck as it was flying.
Yeah, it might have been part.
But nobody was fooled on that trick play.
Somerset Berkley player really got a finger on it, but
I don't know why you'd be going east-west. You need to go north-south, and I don't know why you would try that play, but
that was that's a
got some head scratching here on the coach call today.
bit of a crushing play there for Case.
Somerset
really
again.
didn't stop.
Great field position, starting out at their own 40.
Wing T formation again. Toss play. That's Medeiros, and that didn't really go anywhere. Good play by Case to stuff that.
Picked up a couple, but Case defense held them tight. Case needs to play a tough defensive stand and get that ball back.
Gain of about 2 on that play for the Raiders. It'll be a 2nd and 8 coming up from the 44-yard line officially.
Moving in on 6 minutes here in the third quarter.
Going from north to south.
Clock is certainly winding down on this frigid Thanksgiving game. Toss play to Gagliardi. He's going to go up the middle with it again. A burst of speed, and there goes Gagliardi. He's still on his feet, and he's still going into the end zone after several broken tackles and another touchdown for the Raiders.
Unbelievable. No tackling. Grabbing, nobody's wrapping anybody up. He just, I'm at a loss for words. The Case's defense is not playing well at all today. Nobody's tackling. It's a 50-yard run, 55-yard run on that. 56.
That'll be a 56-yard touchdown officially. I believe Gagliardi has every touchdown so far for the Raiders. I think
He's in their offensive attack.
5
Can't stop him.
What a way to end your career for Gagliardi. The extra point attempt is good. 5 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. That makes the score 34-13 in a game that is slowly ripping.
Somerset's just manhandling them. Everything's gone the Blue Raiders' way since the beginning. From the first turnover to now, Case has got no answer, and they're not doing themselves very proudly this Thanksgiving Day.
Case has never even led in the game. They've never even been tied in the game, except when it was 0-0.
No, it's a very disappointing showing by the Cardinals. I expected more out of them. They actually came into this game favored. 2 common opponents was Apponequet. Case beat Apponequet 20-19. Somerset lost to Apponequet 20-19. But yet, when you look at them today, it looks like 2 different teams. The Cardinals, it's my jinx, I guess.
Yeah, it's your fault.
It's all my fault. But, what are you going to do? I should have worn my Yankee hat.
The game isn't completely, the lead isn't completely insurmountable right now. Case still can come back and win the game. That ball's going to go out of bounds, so Case will get some benefit from that.
That's one of the smart plays they made today.
So Case, I believe, will now get the ball at the 40-yard line.
Let's see if the Cardinals can do something. They can't afford to go a 3 and out.
Again, it's not completely insurmountable right now. The defense has to certainly stop Gagliardi, who has 5 touchdowns so far in the game.
The Cardinals need to check themselves at the door here and get themselves some sort of drive to put some points on the board, because their defense isn't doing anything on the field.
Case has actually called for a re-kick on that. So instead of taking the penalty yardage, they're just going to re-kick it.
Somerset will kick an onside kick here. Watch.
That'd be a real dagger. I somehow doubt
wouldn't that be?
And it is going to be just another normal kickoff that's going to be fielded by Case at the 20-yard line. Fake the reverse. Dyer's going to keep that himself. And Dyer still going, finally tackle. I think the penalty flag is on the field.
I don't understand the thinking with these reverses and get the ball and run forward. They're looking always to hand off into a trick play, the Cardinals today. I don't know what playbook they're using. I don't understand.
Penalty will be against Case too, so that'll back him up a bit. So that whole re-kick of the kickoff out of bounds may not really lead up to much.
No.
Their own territory and just put themselves a little further behind the 8 ball with their second.
Nothing's going right for the Cardinals today.
No, certainly not. At least not in this half. Just Gagliardi has had his way. He's going to be well over, probably close to 200 yards in this game. Yes.
4 touchdowns or 5?
5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns. Record day for him. He's made his Thanksgiving Day a memorable one. And the Somerset Blue Raider fans are beginning to celebrate already.
Silva, quarterback keeper up the middle, and he'll be tackled by McMahon at about the 30-yard line.
Somerset looks like they got the fire in the belly now. They can see that Case is wounded, and they're not going to get off the mat. They're looking for a big defensive stand here by the Raiders. And Case is going to do something, but unfortunately, nothing's gone right for the Cardinals today.
About 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Things are starting to look bleak for the Case side of things here.
Soon we'll have to start doing the Irish jigs in here to keep our legs warm.
Definitely got that wind picking up when we have that open window up here for the scoreboard to work. It's definitely cold. Silva looking to throw across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. He had Kudo open, but he had to get that out of there very quickly.
He had a lot of pressure. He tried to get rid of it. Hit as he threw, and the ball just landed. His shoestrings couldn't make the catch.
Number 44, Bryce Garrettson, was in there to bring the pressure for the Raiders. And as a result, it'll be a 3rd and 7 for Case coming up from the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals need to get a first down to get a drive going. If they hand the ball back to Somerset now, it's going to be like 4 touchdowns. I can see this. Because Case's defense hasn't been able to stop the Raider ground attack, and that's all it's been is a ground attack.
3rd down and 7 for the Cardinals.
Takes the handoff, Silva rolling right with it, looking to do something with it, dodging some tackles, and I don't know if he was sacked. He may have gained a yard on that play, actually.
I think it was over past, close to the line of scrimmage.
It may be a run of 0 yards, and it looks like Case is just going to bring the punting team out on the field. Really no other choice at this point.
Yeah, their own 30. I mean, they've given Somerset a short field all day long. You know, you don't want to make it even shorter. Hopefully the defense can stop him.
Ty Kudo back to do the punting right now for Case. Good snap. The punt is up. It's a decent punt by Kudo. Somerset's going to let that go. It'll be down by LeCompte at the 39-yard line.
Well,
Raiders take over at their own 40.
Somerset gets the ball again in good field position. Time for Case's defense to make a statement if they want to stay in this game with 3 minutes and 57 seconds left.
They got to contain
34-13 is a big hill to climb.
They got to contain Gagliardi, the senior running back for the Raiders. He has certainly had his way out there in this game.
Yeah, that's been Somerset's attack. Ground and Gagliardi. And here they go again.
Wing T formation. They've done it almost every single play this game, and why not? It's worked very well. Meehan may have actually kept that himself, just plowing ahead. I'm not sure if that was another rugby play, but
the old standby rugby call, right?
Didn't really work too well on that
used to be the Statue of Liberty play. Now it's the rugby play.
That worked extremely well once. I remember that play just earlier in that.
Well, that was amazing.
First and second quarter.
The whole pile moved like 15 yards. They'd never seen that before. Come to a football game, like I said, and a rugby match broke out.
That one only resulted in a gain of 2. So it'll be a 2nd and 8 from the 42-yard line for the Raiders.
I love it when that breeze just blows in this booth.
Oh, it definitely makes everything.
My left side is getting numb.
A lot colder.
And it's not
Gagliardi. That didn't go anywhere. Case stuffed him on that one. They actually lost a yard.
Case's defense showed a little backbone in that play, bringing up 3rd down for the Raiders.
On Gagliardi for the Cardinals defense.
No gain for Gagliardi.
Actually,
3rd and 9.
Loss of 1, so 3rd and 9. I would not expect Meehan to come out and throw a pass there. I would just expect another run.
No, it's worked for them all game long, so.
I mean, I could be wrong.
Could be surprised, though. You know, it catch them off guard.
Scenario right here to pick up their 5th win of the season.
If Meehan doesn't throw another pass in this game, his last career pass as a member of this team was intercepted, but I don't think he's going to care much if they win this game. Meehan, toss, double reverse. That gets back to Gagliardi, and Case is all over that one in the backfield.
No, that's how they should have been playing all game long on that play.
Great defensive stop there for Case. That'll surely, and indeed it will, bring up a Somerset Berkley punt. I believe that's the first punt they've had all game.
4th down.
It is going to be the first punt they had all game, and don't call me Shirley. You stepped into that one. 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. If you shiver, it keeps you warm. Did you know that? You keep moving.
Rocket, taking a couple high steps up here. Definitely the coldest game I've ever broadcast. I don't think I used to be the cameraman for kids.
And you're a young bud.
I filmed the game that was this cold. Return, fair catch called for by Dyer at the 35-yard line. So here's with some decent field position to get out of here.
They're going into the conservative mode now. No double reverses on that one. Just call the fair catch. See if you can get your offense out there, Case. Get some points.
So Case still is not out of it yet. Not looking too good, but 3-score game with a little over a minute to go here in the third quarter. Minute 42 seconds specifically.
No, I'm fine. I'm just old, you know. The blood doesn't flow as it used to.
Certainly, almost noon on this wonderful Thanksgiving game.
You know, we were talking earlier, was an older friend of mine who brought the point that people used to bring flasks to these games with brandy. And that's how people get warm in the stands. I don't know how many people have flasks today, if there's anybody, but
I don't really see anybody out there.
Special hot chocolate, right?
Silva with a decent run on that play of about 4 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 6. That tackle was by Bryce Garrettson on that play for the Raiders.
Winding down at the end of the third quarter here. Time is on the Cardinals' side.
A little over a minute to go.
It's time to get aggressive and start throwing the ball.
Shotgun formation for Silva. They're going to hand it off to Costa. He's got some space in front of him. Spins off of one man. He'll be tackled by a couple of Somerset players. He did pick up a decent amount of yardage on that play.
He's going to be a couple of yards short for the first down. I think he'll bring up a 3rd and 2 or a 3rd and 1, but
it looks like about spotted to be a 3rd and 1. So that was a gain of about 5 yards on that play.
These runs aren't going to do it for Case. They need to start passing the ball.
3rd and 1. We have 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
You got to feel bad for the cheerleaders. They've had nothing to cheer about for Case. Standing there with their pom-poms ready, just moving to keep warm. Give them something to cheer about, Case. Come on.
Case is certainly taking their time out there, and then from this huddle, they get a hurry to get a play off. They get 14 seconds. This will probably be the last play of the quarter unless it's a quick incompletion.
Bad clock management. The coaching staff's going to look at themselves after this game.
Handoff goes to Kuno, and he's going to lunge forward. He's going to be very close to that first down mark. It's going to be where it's spotted. But that doesn't matter because that's going to be the final play of the third quarter here from Hanson Field. The score 34-13. The Somerset Berkley Raiders over Case. Let's see what they they're going to do a measurement, and then we're going to finally break.
He looks to be about a half a yard short.
And he is going to be marked short. So regardless, that'll do it for the third quarter. We will take a short break and be back to bring you the fourth and final quarter.
Stand in front of the heat. It was. We had it on earlier.
Unless they turn it off.
It's off?
Hey, the temperature dropped. It's back to 5.
Ooh,
5 degrees.
Oh, I feel really tough right now.
It's 19 with a real feel of 5.
If you can do this, you can do anything, right? Who wants to go skiing?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Who wants to go to the beach? Let's take a nice beach walk.
Yeah, how you know the polar bear clubs? Today'd be the day to join that, right? Jump in the water. I get a kick out of these guys walking around with, you know, just a sweatshirt on. Oh, I'm not cold. Yeah, you're cold. You know, open jackets, no gloves.
Sullivan complaining again?
Ballet here.
Sullivan. He's used to it. You never see Sullivan in April baseball games. Season doesn't begin yet.
All right, ready? Welcome back to the start of the fourth and final quarter from Hanson Field in the annual Thanksgiving Day Classic between the Somerset Berkley Raiders and the Case High School Cardinals. The Raiders are leading 34-13 as Case faces a 4th and short. Oh, going to jump offside. So that'll give Case a first down by virtue of that penalty on Ben McMahon.
That's one way to get the first down.
That hard count, so that'll move the sticks for Case to give them at least a little bit of life here.
And they bring it into Somerset territory. Come on, Cardinals.
Trailing by
keep the momentum going.
21 points.
Raider territory will be first down.
34-13, as I said, is the score. The temperature has dropped from halftime. It's down to 5 degrees now.
Oh, let's meet at the beach later, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Polar Bear Club at 2?
You're driving up to Boston later on, right?
Yeah, I got to drive to Boston. Got to go do my family duty up with my wife's family.
Go on.
Talk about high, eat, and see you later today. It's gotta be cold.
I'll take a beach walk up in Boston when you're up there later. Fakes the toss play, going to give that inside instead to Ty Kuda. He'll plow ahead for a couple yards. Gates is still keeping the ball on the ground here, despite the fact they're losing by 3 touchdowns at the start of the quarter.
Yeah, everyone's because they're stuck to their seats. They can't get up. Everyone's frozen to the aluminum benches. It's like the old Sullivan Stadium.
The temperature certainly has not increased out there today.
No, everyone, at least the sun's shining. Imagine if it was like a gray, cloudless, sunshiny day, it would be like...
You get a little bit of warmth from the sun at least. Toss play out to Costa. Costa's got some space in front of him. Costa going to break that. He'll finally be tackled at almost the 25-yard line by Sterling for the Raiders. That's a good run there by Chris Costa.
Nice run by Chris. Picked up some positive yards. Gave the Cardinals a first down.
Moving the sticks. Case is looking like they might score on this drive.
Let's see if something's going to happen in the fourth quarter here.
Somerset Berkley.
It's a 21-point game.
First and 10 Cardinals at the Raider 27-yard line.
First and 10, this is going to come up from the 27-yard line officially is what they're going to mark it at. 10 minutes exactly to go in the game. Silva, hand off to Costa. Costa going to break that one. There goes Chris Costa down the sideline, cutting left. And it'll be tackled just short of the goal line.
Down to about the 3.
By Sterling again.
Chris.
So this drive is looking promising for Case to at least put some more points up on there on the board.
Oh, 9:46. Touchdown. Stranger things have happened.
It has. This game is not over yet. I mean, the game was 49-0 right now. We'd be talking a different story, but
Yeah.
It's 34-13, so...
It's beginning to get a little warmer here, right?
Looks like he's inside
Not yet.
the 3-yard line. Right at the 3-yard of the Cardinals.
High formation for Silva under center on the 3-yard line. Hands off to Costa. Costa plowing into the end zone. Did he make it? And he's in. Touchdown. Case. 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. It's 34-19. So Case with a pulse at least here at the end of the game.
They're not going down without a fight.
That they desperately needed to make this a ball game. 34.
They certainly need some defensive stops out there quickly, or maybe some onside kicks, which hasn't been successful so far.
They gotta get away from the onside kick. Let's get the extra point here. Bring it to 2 scores and see what we can do from there.
Rebello, the extra point is up and it's partially tipped and it's going to be no good.
Again,
That was
no blocking up front for the Cardinal offensive line. Somerset's defense just collapsed it and blocked another one.
so that's going to make the score 34-19. It's still a 2-score game.
40 left to
Yeah.
go in the fourth quarter. 34.
Case needs a good defensive stand here and get the ball back to their offense if they've got a shot at winning this or even staying close in this game. But so far we've seen Somerset just basically do what they wanted to do all game long against the Cardinal offense.
Hold on to the football, get a couple of first downs. That's all you don't need.
No, I'm telling you, if he does an offside kick, I'm putting the microphone down and leaving.
Just
You know,
grind out the first
I
down.
hope he doesn't call an onside kick because it's hasn't worked all game long, and with 9 minutes and 40 seconds left in the last quarter, you don't need to be trying it now.
Get you down probably inside
It's just interesting.
4-minute
The play call, the multiple onside kicks, all of which resulted in failure.
Yes.
Not even really that close to succeeding either.
No, yeah, it's not even been close. It's something that, you know, the coaching staff will have to rethinking why they were calling onside kicks.
Interesting to see what they're going to do. Dyer. And it's another onside kick attempt from Case. If that bounces, I don't think that's going to make it far enough.
Didn't even make 10
And
yards.
it won't. That would have the best chance of succeeding out of all of them, but
Nope. Somerset ball in Case territory again. I don't understand the thinking. I just, you know, it boggles the mind why you would continually do onside kicks. Somerset isn't going to be fooled. They haven't been fooled, and it hasn't worked all game long. It's,
31 time after a punt.
so Somerset will take over with excellent field position again. Score of 34-19. Case coaches Anthony Palladino, assistant coaches Jay Azuli, Grant Hayter, Matt Lockwood, Todd Netto, Jordan Kohler, Al Palladino, and Joe Martin. Their captains are Chris Costa, Ty Kudo, Isaac Tucker, and Noah Casado, all of which are seniors and playing in their final game as a member of the Case High School.
such a disappointing game.
Toss play to Medeiros. He'll be spun down and tackled by a couple of Case players. The Somerset Berkley coach is Nick Freitas. His assistants are Frank Sullivan, Ray Steele, Brian Vaccaro, Jeff Caesar, Matt Klein, and Ian Levesque Samos. Their captains, as you saw at the coin toss earlier, were Mike Gagliardi and Jake Meehan. Jake Meehan, the quarterback, who's done almost nothing this game except toss the ball.
Exactly. It's been the Gagliardi show. And I think Somerset just is happy to take time off the clock.
Toss to Gagliardi again, and Case shakes off some men in the backfield. How did Gagliardi escape that? He's still going, tackled. At least he's short of the first down marker, but Gagliardi has put on some moves this
At
game.
least 8 guys hit him and no one brought him down. There's no tackling on the Case defense today. It's like they're playing flag football. Nobody's wrapping them up. Nobody's driving. Nobody's finishing anybody off. It's just unreal, and Somerset's just having their way with this Case defense, and like I said, they're just in the eating the clock mode.
Gain of about 5 on that play for Gagliardi, so 3rd and 4 for the Raiders as they still use this wing T formation. Toss to Gagliardi again, up the middle he goes, still on his feet, he'll be tackled. It looks like he got a first down on that play as he
Another
shot
first down.
forward. And it looks like an injury out there for the Raiders. They have number 51, Owen Santos, is limping around. Let's see if he's okay. He's trying to stay in there. And it does not look like he's going to come out. I did see him limping.
No.
That's the one thing I must say about this game. I hope I'm not jinxing it, but we haven't had any injury timeouts.
No, we haven't really had a couple of penalty calls. That's about it. And, you know, surprisingly, there's only been that one fumble at the beginning of the game. I thought there was going to be a fumble-prone game, but you know, it's been a Somerset game. That's all it's been because Case's defense hasn't showed up.
One turnover for each team. Somerset did throw that interception in the second quarter.
Somerset calls a timeout.
Somerset Berkley.
Somerset called out, timeout called by Somerset Berkley. We have 7 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the game.
A fresh set of downs for the Raiders.
As they continue to move the ball, one more touchdown will pretty much do it here.
Well, you know, I feel bad for the class next year if they have to run up the hill. They already got 34 on the board. If they put another one in, there'll be 41 times up the hill.
I'm not sure if they still do that or not. But
I probably, they don't do that. You know, they don't have double sections anymore either. But, you know, that's a different discussion for a different day, I guess.
toss play, Gagliardi, and he'll be tripped up if they're a very short gate. If you get anything in there, it's a good job by the Case defense to sniff that one out.
Keegan will pass with the tackle.
In the middle of the third quarter up to this point, Case defense has finally figured out Gagliardi. He hasn't gotten much of anything out there.
I think it's just, like I said, I think Somerset's just in the taking time off the clock mode. They've got a comfortable lead. Don't do anything stupid. Continue to get first downs. Case's defense hasn't been able to stop them all game long. It's a conservative mode now for the Raiders. They can taste the victory, and their turkey is going to taste a little bit better today. So, we got some movement
going on here. It looked like Somerset Berkley jumped on that one first. But we'll have to see who they call that penalty on.
I think it was drawn up.
Offsides by Case, it looks like. So
everything's going wrong for Case today. Offsides Cardinals.
That penalty is going to be called a 5-yard penalty on Case. That'll move Somerset up. So that first play didn't get anywhere, but they ended up pretty much getting the same as a 5-yard run. So it'll be 2nd and 5 now.
Yeah, even on that, they get the positive yardage. I saw movement on Somerset's side. I can't believe that it was called on the Case, but nothing's gone the Cardinals' way today from the get-go. It's been a Somerset game all day long.
6 minutes and 47 seconds remaining here in this game, in this balmy Thanksgiving game, as I've said. Motioning a man behind, that's Medeiros, and Meehan looks like he fumbled that snap and just got immediately swarmed.
I think next year we should have straws in our hot chocolate, little bamboo umbrellas, you know.
We got a flag on the play.
And it looks like another penalty flag and an offside
against Case.
So all that, and that'll result, and I believe if Somerset doesn't get a first down on that, it's going to be very close. And no, it's actually going to be a 2nd and very short.
2nd and 1.
Meehan had trouble with that snap, and that's why that play didn't go anywhere, but it's all for nothing. So Somerset Berkley, without even running a play, has managed to advance the ball 9 yards.
This is going to be such a disappointing showing for the Cardinals. Coming into this game favored on a positive season, and this is going to end on a sour note.
They came into the game with a record of 7-3. Barring a miracle, they'll end up 7-4, which is still a good season, but a really good season are the ones that you can end up beating.
They won the championship in the.
There goes Gagliardi again, still on his feet, and he'll finally be tackled just past almost the 10-yard line. Gagliardi just keeping this going out there for the Raiders.
Case has had a positive season. They were small school champions, but this game is the one that they'll remember. Thanksgiving Day is the game that you remember. If you win it, if you lose it. And unfortunately for Case, it's going to be a lot of memories of being pushed around because the defensive Case has not been able to stop Somerset at all today.
A high school running back who knows what the offense is set up to do.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. Officially going to put that at the 16-yard line. Somerset could crack 40 points if they score a touchdown here. In a game that certainly has not gone how I anticipated it would. I was expecting a closer game.
No, I expected a good battle. You know, you look at these teams on paper, they're basically evenly matched.
Last year's game was one for the ages. It was won by the Raiders 28-20, but that was back and forth the whole game.
I'll tell you, it was a ball game early, though.
It was pretty close to start, the first, other than the fumble, but the first half, it was 14-13 at one point.
Yeah, at halftime, well, just before, with 2 minutes left, in the first half, we had a 14-13 game, and it looked like Case was coming back with some momentum.
And the Raiders,
Somerset's basically done what they've wanted all day long with their ground attack.
The Raiders came back and and scored the touchdown right before the half, and then got the ball back and scored again, and that was pretty much it.
That was it.
And then scored again at that point. Case did come down and score a touchdown at the beginning of this quarter to make it a little closer, but 5 minutes and 29 seconds. They need a pick six or a fumble return or something. Right?
To add injury, insult to injury for the Cardinals, they just added 10 seconds onto the game, right? You know.
Did they just add 10 seconds?
Yeah, at 5:19, he put it up to 5:29.
Toss play to Gagliardi into the wing tee again. Gagliardi cutting in, and he's can't really see. He's generally going to be tackled out near the first down markers. Another excellent run there by Gagliardi. Quite a farewell game for the senior.
Somerset's getting ready to score again, and Gagliardi will be his number 6 for the day, right? If he
that would be his 6th touchdown. I believe he scored every one.
So the scoreboard should be Gagliardi 34, Case 19.
Timeout called by Case, 5 minutes and 4 seconds, just to make everyone freeze a little bit longer.
Yeah, really.
Up here. Trying to stop Gagliardi. It's going to be a 2nd and 3 when we come out of this. So my time that I was at Case, my freshman year, as I said before, I remember Case won 16-0. That was a really off year for Somerset. I think they were winless on the season, and I remember because Case ran virtually the same play every time. Like it was right 26 blast or something. They just gave it to the running back and the same play over and over. Somerset just could not stop it.
Well, you know, a lot of emotions in these games. You know, it's Thanksgiving Day, and like I said, when I played, everybody keyed up for this game. It didn't matter what you did all year long. You wanted to beat Somerset, and vice versa. Somerset wants to beat Case. Just unfortunate. I thought Case would at least give it a game today. And their defense just didn't come to Somerset's answer. They had no answer to their running game. Somerset basically had done 3 passes, 2 passes?
2 passes. Neither of them were complete.
And everything else has been on the ground, and Case doesn't have the answer.
Mostly Gagliardi, but Medeiros has been in there for a lot of them. Brandon Medeiros. McMahon's run a couple times, and Meehan's run it, I think, 2 or 3 times as well. But it's been mostly a Gagliardi show today. Second and 3 for the Raiders.
His family will be enjoying their turkey tonight.
Hand off up the middle to McMahon, and he'll plow ahead. He'll pick up several yards on the play, and a fumble on the play. Hold on a second.
Fumble on the play.
There a fumble? Is that recovered by? It is.
It is recovered by the Cardinals.
Recovered by Case. So hold everything here.
So maybe
A little bit.
Maybe a
Glimmer of life left in the beast out there.
glimmer of hope now for
And Case caught the ball.
Those
Case.
10 seconds could come in handy, right?
a fumble out there for McMahon, and now Case with a little bit of hope. It's 34-19. They got under 5 minutes. They come down, they score.
Well, running the ball isn't going to do it for them. They've got to throw it in the air. They've got to let it all out on these drives because time is not on their side.
Get the ball on the 9-yard line. 15-point deficit, 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Stranger things have happened. Silva rolling right, looking to pass. He throws it out there for Sherrod. Not a great pass. That's going to be incomplete. Sherrod was open.
No, it was like a brick. It hit him and it just fell to the ground. Case is going into the wind, but, you know, there's a long way to go. 90 yards for a score. 91 actually to get the ball in the 9. 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals with 4:48 left here in the ball game. Thanksgiving, the 88th meeting of these two teams.
At this current time, let me just check what the... It's 19 degrees. Excuse me, now it's up to 22 degrees with a real feel of 8.
Now I can take off one layer, right?
Yeah, we can take off our clothing, basically stand up here in a
Yeah.
t-shirt at this point. Silva looking to throw again, rolling right, throws, passes complete to Dyer, and Dyer's going to be tackled by Gagliardi in there in the tackle for the Raiders, but a decent little catch by Dyer. That'll actually move the sticks. A first down on the play for Case.
Let's see what the Cardinals can do here on this drive if they can get in the end zone. The time is running out on them, though. 4:37 left in the game.
Come down and score another touchdown here. I mean, stranger things have happened. Like I said, Silva going to do something. Going to back, going to throw that up. That is dangerous, and the ball is just going to fall to the ground incomplete. I'm not actually sure who the intended target was on that.
I think he was just trying to get rid of it. The pocket was collapsing around him. I smell heat now. Did you smell that? The heater kicked in.
Yeah,
The heater finally kicked in with 3 minutes left in the game.
Warm us up a little bit.
Yeah.
4 minutes, 25 seconds. That's all that's left. The Case is making this at least mildly interesting.
2nd down and 10 for the Cardinals at their own 19-yard line, 4:25 to play.
81 yards to go for a touchdown.
They come down, they score. They get an onside kick. I mean, it's...
Well, why would they kick onside after they score? They kick a regular one, right? You know, the time you should use the onside kick is when they would.
Silva, shotgun formation again. He's got trips to his right and a wide and a right back as well. Looking to throw nothing there. Silva still running. Gonna throw that out, and that was incomplete. He was looking for Dyer, but he had to get that out of there very quickly.
Again, a lot of pressure coming on him.
Clayton Dyer incomplete.
Pressure was by number 59, Keegan Sullivan, for the Raiders on that play.
Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Cardinals. 4 minutes and 17 seconds left.
3rd and 10 now for Case. This is certainly 4-down territory here if they don't get it.
Yeah, you know.
Silva has a great arm to him if he gets it out of there, but when Somerset Berkley brings that pressure, it's certainly hard for him to do that.
Wind is going across the field now, so you know he's battling all the elements between the cold and the wind and the score and the clock.
Shotgun again for Silva, takes the snap, looking left. Gonna throw that up there, looking long, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Clayton Dyer.
Overthrown a little bit.
Coverage was by Meehan on that play.
Hey, you gotta go for it on 4th down, right?
Certainly have to go for it here, right?
4th and 10. So you gotta go for it if you're the Cardinals. You got nothing to lose.
Possible Somerset Berkley's fumble would just result in nothing, but Case is certainly going to go for this here. They're down by 21 points with 4 minutes and 9 seconds to go. 4th and 10 from the 19-yard line.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
You've got to try to
it's been a
control it.
memorable Thanksgiving Day game here in the freezing, frozen tundra of Somerset High School, Somerset Berkley High School.
I mean, the game is usually fairly cold, but it's normal mid to late November weather. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and you know, by the weekend it's going to be 50 degrees.
Yeah,
But at least I give them credit. Other schools canceled on their Thanksgiving morning and played last night.
Silva's pass is incomplete looking to Costa, so that's going to be a turnover on downs. And the Raiders will take over. There's a decent pass out of there, but
Cardinal 19.
Well, Somerset gets the ball back with 3 minutes, 58 seconds left in the game, and I think they've just sealed up their victory.
that might pretty much do it here for Case, unfortunately, I would say.
It's a very disappointing showing by the Cardinals. I expected more out of them, and I'm sure they expected more out of themselves. The coaching staff will have a lot of questions to answer. And for the seniors, it's a sad, sad thing that their season and their football career as a high school player has to end with a loss today. They'll remember this game for the rest of their lives.
Somerset High School football program.
Hand off to Gagliardi again, trying to make it 6 touchdowns, and he's still going. Dodging tackle, still on his feet. There goes Gagliardi into the end zone yet again. Another touchdown for the Raiders as Gagliardi makes it 6 touchdowns all by himself.
Case just wants to go home. No one was touching him. If you notice, they tried the rugby play, and he went around everybody. No one chased him. And then the ones that did chase him were tagging him.
That makes the score 3 minutes and 45 seconds, 40-19 in favor of the Raiders.
Somerset has just had their way on this Thanksgiving Day. It's unfortunate.
Punctuation mark in that game. The coordinators, the defensive coaches just came from upstairs.
Yeah,
so
they're all done.
indication about how this is going. They're happy, and I certainly don't blame them. Extra point attempt by Medeiros. The snap is down, the ball is up, and the kick is right down the middle. He got it. It's 41-19 in favor of Somerset Berkley.
It's usually about this time that they start bringing the trophy down. Somerset's had it in their possession for last 5 years.
6 years, I think. This will be the 7th consecutive victory, I believe, for the Raiders.
I'm sure we'll be seeing the 49er trophy soon be paraded around this stadium.
The seniors out there for Somerset Berkley, they went on the team since their freshman year, now a perfect 4 for 4. That drops Coach Palladino at this point to 0-6 in his career against Somerset Berkley.
An unbelievable performance.
Michael Gagliardi, senior, what a way to go out. 6 touchdowns.
No. His turkey's going to taste very sweet today. Along with this victory, this is a game he'll remember for the rest of his life. Fine showing by the young man.
Well, it's easy nowadays to look back and you say that
Yeah, there's a kickoff. Dyer is going to take that off of bounds at about the 20-yard line. Clayton Dyer looking for some space, cutting right, and he's just going to run out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Interesting to see what Case does here, if they're just going to go out and try to pass it again or just kind of hand it off and run the clock out of this game.
You know, what do you do in this situation? You're down by 4 scores. You got no shot of winning the game. You want to show some fight, you might as well play aggressive, pass the ball. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You turn the ball over on downs and Somerset scores again. Gagliardi gets his 7th touchdown for the day.
I wasn't even aware of that until I heard the radio guys talking at halftime that Gagliardi at the time had 3 touchdowns, and I was kind of keeping a note of it in my head how many he was up to. Casa with that toss play with the space in front of him. He'll be tackled just past the 45-yard line. So Chris Costa getting some more yardage out there in his last game in a Case High School uniform.
Now, well, Chris wants to go out and play with his heart. All season long, he's been a mainstay star for the Cardinals. Tough way to end his high school career with a loss like this.
Tough way for anyone to end it. 41-19, a 22-point deficit. Let's see if Case can come down and score and at least get another touchdown in the books in the last game of the year. Toss out to Costa again. I'm sensing a pattern here. Costa, he'll be tackled out near the 50-yard line as he's sorted by some Somerset players. I've seen a lot of good sportsmanship out there in this game too, as each team is helping each other out.
That's what a lot of this is about. I mean, in years to come, they'll be friends with the Somerset players, and Somerset players will be friends with Case, and you can talk about this game in years to come. That's part of the rivalry too, respect for each other.
Right, it's not like it's vicious hatred going both ways. It's just kind of part of the game. 2.5 minutes remaining. 41-2.
You can see some of the Somerset fans high-fiving here on the sidelines. They know
it's over.
It's all but, 2 minutes away from victory.
Short gain on the play there. That run by Costa. Well, Tom, even though you've lost, the Case has lost every game that you've announced this year. It's been fun doing these games with you this year.
Yeah, I had a great time, and I appreciate being allowed to come here and expound on some football. And,
definitely do your research before each game. You're looking up facts and information and
try to bring something to the table. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you go on the cuff. But Tyler, it's been a pleasure working with you, and I look forward to many more games down the line.
Silva looking to throw. Pass is complete to Clayton Dyer. That'll give Case a first down.
And one of these games I'll be on, Case will win, believe me.
Certainly. I mean,
next year I'll wear my Yankees hat and my Giants jacket, okay?
Case has to win eventually. All streaks must end. The game will be played next year at Case. Obviously, I can't tell you what I'll be doing in a year from now, but if I'm around, I'll probably try to announce the game.
In the heated Case booth? Oh, that's right. The barn door Case booth, right?
That's true. You won't be hearing Tom's voice anymore, but you'll be hearing my voice again if you watch the Case High School basketball games. We're going to be broadcasting those starting in a couple weeks. First game's already scheduled, December 17th against Diamond. I'll be there. Josh Orban, a friend of mine, he'll be the color man for those games. So you'll be hearing my voice again. We have a minute to go here in this game. Silva looking to throw. He is going to toss it up there, and it's going to be intercepted by the Raiders. So a fitting final play for Case. I'm not sure if that ball hit the ground or not, but I don't think it was.
And Elvis has left the building.
I believe that was intercepted by Sterling on that play, but I could be wrong.
I didn't see the interception. I saw the interception. I didn't see who caught it. At this point, they all look the same.
We have 53 seconds remaining, and Somerset Berkley fans are just going to start heading for the exits. They're happy. They know what happened. The mass exodus of the student section right now.
Yeah, they're going to meet their classmates.
So quite a way for Somerset Berkley to end the year. They're going to end up with a 500 record, 5-5. This will drop Case to 7-4. And very good season for Case. They should not be ashamed of the way they have played.
No, they should be proud. They, South Coast champions, small school. Just unfortunate it didn't work out for the Cardinals today.
Meehan will take the snap and take a knee. One more, that should do it. So it's been a pleasure to bring you Case High School football this year. For both Swansea Cable Access and this one for Swansea and Somerset Cable Access. This is Tyler Clark. About to sign off after one more kneel down from me, and alongside me is Tom McGraw. I'd like to thank Jared Neville. He helped me out for one game this year. I'd like to also thank Anna Micho, Ali Holden, two of the students from Case Junior High School who helped me out with the 2 games before you came in here. They all did an excellent job, and Tom, I thank you as well for helping me out.
Anytime, it's my pleasure.
It looks like they're going to run one more play. They're going to let the clock run down. That might actually be it, and they're going to shake hands. And yes, that will indeed do it here. From Hanson Field, the Somerset Berkley Raiders will win by a final score of 41-19. They take home the 49er trophy again. So for the last time, this is Tyler Clark for Swansea and Somerset Cable Access. Alongside me, Mr. Tom Cabral, signing off for the final time this year. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We will see you during basketball season.
Have a good Thanksgiving, everyone.
Goodbye.